So, my turn.
Yep.
It is.
A
Wait.
new life. I sure hope not.
God, no. Please don't tell me what I think it
A
is.
few months later, I was coming home from the castle after watching Link all day in the practice yard, which is capitalized for some reason, with his legion.
His
his
Legion?
Legion.
Yeah, he has one of those now. Live with it.
A legion of what?
Of men. He leads an army now for some stupid reason.
Okay, so he's a commander now, I guess.
Which is why
Yes.
he's pretty much been neglecting his duties this whole entire time.
Yeah, well, he can see
What?
his belt line is starting to expand a little bit.
Wouldn't a commander of a legion
It's
have to live
well, it's
castle?
a member of a legion is a legionnaire, and then depending on how many there are, there's a decurion if you've got 10, and a centurion if you've got roughly 100, and so on and so forth.
Yes, but wouldn't he have to, or at least he should be living in the castle? They should be living on the grounds, or at least he should be living in the city.
Yeah, yeah. And, well, it is clearly this story's job to make as little real sense as possible.
The next paragraph is going to be.
Yeah.
I feel clever age coming on.
Yeah. He had spent the day teaching sword techniques to the people in his legion. Okay.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure that's what he told you anyway.
Yeah. I spent most of the day watching him until I started feeling a little sick. Well, if I was watching my husband teach everybody swordplay, if you know what I mean, I'd start feeling a little sick too.
Hey, I'd feel pretty great. I'd be like, you know what? That boy likes me.
I've never seen him use that move before. I'll have to remind him to do that later.
Wow.
He's been keeping secrets.
Oh God, I'm trying to be glib, but it's just not working.
Yes, I know.
I can feel the despair.
I moved into the garden to sit down and rest when Zelda came up to see me. Why? Why did she leave the castle? You do not look well, my friend. Are you okay? Zelda said, looking worried. I feel a little sick in the stomach, and I feel real tired, I said as I held my stomach and tried to get up.
Then I
Come,
puked all over her and pooped down
Come, my friend, That's where that paragraph ends, folks. Just for those of you listening, it ends with, come, my friend, and then there's a paragraph break.
No,
Wait, no, there's not.
I'm not saying that. I say, come, my friend, I will take you to the healer, said Zelda, and took my hand and led me towards the healer's chambers.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, this, for some reason, it's off for me. There it is.
You're lucky.
Well, you know what? I'm going to. Here's what I'm going to go with. That my brain just activated a self-defense mechanism and attempted to cut me off. Unfortunately, you guys just anchored me back into reality.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry about crushing your dreams there.
It really is like a cursed story.
Yes.
You know, Skype hates it, browsers hate it.
Yeah.
Everything has went wrong while recording this story.
Yeah, because I swear, until you guys pointed it out, I didn't see the rest of that paragraph. That's okay.
Okay, we're just going to consider it red since Blue finished it off, and I'll get this.
Yes, by all means.
Yeah, we
Yes, by all means.
We're going to be getting emails in like a day, and it's going to be like, you have 7 days before you give birth.
Oh, God!
God!
I didn't know I could do that!
Why?
Which I don't know how that's going to work for you 3 guys.
I don't want to know!
Oh, God.
Well, I'll bet Jenna doesn't know, so that's probably about as much threat as we're actually going to
I really
get.
need to read several fanfictions to figure out how this will work. I'm sure there's enough impreg to figure it out.
Why though?
When we got there, the healer had me lie. That's the wrong lie, isn't it?
No, it's
the
lie.
same.
Anyway, on the table while she looked me over. After some time, she found out why I was not well. She just looked at you and figured it out.
I mean, I know
yeah.
why she's not well, and I'm not even looking.
And like you'll see
Stood
that.
there
Has anybody been paying attention?
Well, I think it even specifically says that it's been several months
Yes.
since they had sex, supposedly without using any sort of contraception. Especially considering the cry any that they might have tried to use.
Mhm. She told me I was pregnant.
Well, I'm not even looking at the story right now, and I knew that was the case.
Yeah, I did too. She told me I was pregnant. Zelda looked at me with shock as I was hit with joy to the face with a brick.
I wish Nurse Joy would come in here and hit her. That
Well,
would be great.
consider
Wonderful
what happened
Pokemon
to Nurse
crossover.
Joy the last time I saw her in a story. I'm not sure that would end well.
Oh God!
No. A rush of happiness ran through me. I looked at Zelda and then I hugged her. Oh, goddesses! Congratulations! Oh, Link will be so happy. Zelda smiled
Of course,
at me.
Link will be happy because no one dares to defy the edict of Jenna. Everyone must share Jenna's emotions. Everyone must share Jenna's joy. We are all
Jenna.
joyful in Jenna.
We are the
We
board
are
of
all
Jenna.
Jenna.
Jenna is love. Jenna is life.
Zelda smiled at me as we hugged, and I felt warm inside. I must go and tell Father. Then Zelda took off to fetch the key. I turned my attention back to the healer. How far along am I asked. About 2 months. How would she know this?
Just, I can tell at a cursory glance how long you've been pregnant. 2 months, 3 days, 17 hours.
Actually, I think she just read the story.
Well, I guess, yeah. The healer responded. Then,
The script says 2 months, so fuck it.
Then she handed me a
No,
small
don't-
bag. A small bag with herbs in it. So I could get high while I was pregnant.
Oh, it gets worse than that later.
Oh no.
We call this
Oh,
Ganj here in Hyrule. You're gonna need some brownies and maybe some chips or Doritos, something, you know.
This
You're gonna
is
want
more
some
relevant
stuff.
than you know.
Oh no.
Oh God.
I'm not at all surprised, though.
There are some herbs to counter the morning sickness and dizziness. Make sure you take it easy. No real heavy activities. Eat and drink a lot and make sure you get enough sleep. And
Eat and drink a lot when you're nauseous. That'll work really well. Then when you can mop up all the vomit, then you'll know you're very healthy.
Yes.
And one piece of advice on a personal note, if you and your husband make love a lot while you're pregnant.
You son of a bitch! You stupid fucking piece of shit!
I knew someone was gonna rage. I was just waiting.
You'll
Are you
help.
fucking insane?
I don't know how that works. You'll help make the baby stronger.
Mmm.
Just no real heavy lovemaking. Keep it gentle.
Oh, so what is that supposed to be?
No making love to the heavy from TF2.
Yes. Ah, no making love to me. I'm eating sandwich.
I love this doctor.
Yes.
And come back to see
Good
me in 2
Lord.
weeks. You may leave now. Get the hell out. I hate you. I hate you, said Selby.
I had you. Yes.
She gestured for me to get
I'm-
up,
what
and
is-
I nodded at the healer as I got off the table and headed back to the palace garden. You thought
This
you were
is
walking
bullshit.
home.
This
Yeah,
is
that-
bullshit.
That really is. Oh my goodness.
I cannot even express. I can't even form words because I am so shocked and appalled at this bullshit. Oh my God. If you're going to have a fetish for something, at least know what it really is. This would be like somebody had a fetish for pee but thought it came out of your nipples or something. You know, like, it's stupid.
Oh, that actually happens later.
No!
Comes out of someone.
Stop
Are you
saying
serious?
stuff happens.
Okay, I'm not kidding. I'm kidding with that one. That one.
Okay,
God, I was
okay.
gonna
I hope
say.
so because I want to see how that works. I'm like,
Seriously,
that is so
like-
outrageous. I have to find out.
Pee coming out.
I need to Google that later. Actually, I need to stay the hell away from Google.
Yeah, don't put pee coming out of someone's nipples in Google because you know it will be bad. It will end badly. There is no way that's gonna...
Keep going. Let's keep going.
Okay. As I waited for Princess Zelda to produce pee from her nipples. Sorry. As I waited for Princess Zelda and her father, for some reason, why would he be there?
Because Zelda would get her. Him.
Oh, wait, he did.
Though I don't know why she wouldn't, go and stay at the castle and rest until she felt a little better and then go home, but whatever.
Also, why would Zelda run to fetch the king? Does the king not have anything better to do?
I guess
Could she not just tell him later? Oh, Jenna's pregnant. Oh, good, I'll go see her sometime soon. Kind of in the middle of governing our entire world here, but, I'll get to see her sometime soon.
Yeah. To be fair, have we ever seen the king and Zelda do anything important?
Aside from being
Zelda
a boat
did
Wind
dress
Waker?
up. Zelda did change her sex for a while in Adventure and hit on Link and have a vaguely homoerotic relationship with him, but that's a really useful thing she's ever done. Of course, she kicks ass in Smash Brothers.
I'm just like homoerotic. Wait, what?
Ocarina
What are you even talking about?
Because she was Sheik.
Well,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
we thought
yeah,
Sheik was a dude.
yeah, it was.
I didn't. I kind of saw it from the beginning. I was just like, "Where's Zelda?" Oh wait, there's no way Ganondorf has her.
Yes, I mean it is Zelda, but she is a dude when she's Sheik, because if you look at the statue in this is for you, Hawkeye. It's a link we established this yesterday, but if you look at the statue in any of the Smash Brothers or anything, it is very obvious that she does not have the same kind of anatomy when she is Sheik. So, yeah.
True, but
anyway, whatever.
I kind of figured maybe it's just a transformation thing.
It's a transformation thing, but
yeah, I mean, as far as between the two at least. I mean, it may be just overthinking it, but I always kind of thought that was, it's just a disguise, more or less.
Yeah, that's how I was.
But, if she actually if she wants to go as far as to magically swap her gender, I'm not going to shame her for that, whatever she's into.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have established that she really likes pegging, so maybe she just took it to the next step.
Yeah, I mean,
Go for it.
Damn it, I'm tired of not having any nerve endings there when I'm doing this. Let's see if we can switch this up a little bit.
I want to give someone a pearl necklace with meaning.
Wow. I feel a lot of mixed metaphors coming from that thought.
I want to paint the Triforce all over your face.
So,
sorry about that. I think I...
top of everything else.
I'll do the next couple of paragraphs, okay?
Okay.
All right. As I waited for Princess Zelda and her father, I put my hand on my belly and began to think to myself, oh my goddesses, I'm going to be a mother. My firstborn, Link's child.
I'm going to be mother.
Oh my god.
That's just like one step away from just capitalizing that. I'm going to be mother.
Oh my goddesses, I'm going to be mother.
So wait, she's going to be a Metroid? Or am I thinking something else?
I think you're thinking of Mother Brain.
Yeah.
Well, or any other one of those, mother characters from any number of video games. They're almost always evil, though.
How about motherfucker?
She's the mother from Comb! That makes so much sense! She's the mother from Comb! Comb is, it had, the first and second game has, you as a robot, and you're talking to Mother, but you don't know what she looks like, and she's kind of a dick, but you're like, well, she's my mother, I guess. So, from the get-go, you're a little suspicious about her motives. But apparently you used to be a real little boy, and then who I think is your real mother, turned you into a robot.
Oh, I think I've heard of that game, but I've heard.
I could probably share the link with everybody if anybody cares. I believe Nakatalili did a playthrough of both Comb 1 and Comb 2. But anyway, so that makes so much sense. She's the mother from Comb. Like, that's a post-apocalyptic future after she took over Hyrule.
Maybe this is just her delusion. And everything's actually it's just ruined and destroyed.
It would totally make sense if this was all some kind of fever dream.
Yeah, and she's just
that's
upsetting everybody.
Lucid dream, fever dream, it's all pretty much the same here.
Jenna pooping bloody tears down her feces.
Oh God.
He gave me this miracle, blessed us with a baby. It's not that surprising. It's not that impressive. He fucked you and you got pregnant. He knocked you up. It's not that magical. Get over it. You're going to be pooping a lot. You're going to be puking a lot. And then when the baby comes out, it's going to be squeezing something the size of a watermelon through an opening the size of a lemon. So just get that into your thick head and see how much you love this when you are screaming bloody murder and something that looks faintly like a beetroot swooshes its way out filled with slime and attached to you by a cord.
Well, we know how Hushcho feels about kids.
Well, I mean, it's not some holiday.
I'm
it can be beautiful.
Anybody should glorify, the being pregnant but at the same time, you are happy, but that is a lot of shit you gotta go through. It's not a pleasant it's not all sunshine and rainbows like you are, Hushcho.
I mean, this is what bothers me about this author, because I don't think this author really has. I'm almost entirely sure she has never been pregnant, and probably does not know anything about being pregnant. She just knows that you make kids from it. It really bothers me when people are like this and they don't really know, and they they do think that it's all sunshine and rainbows and it's the miracle of life and it's so beautiful. Yeah, well, you tell me about the miracle of life when you're on the shitter for like 2 hours because your stomach refuses to calm down, or when you finally find something that you want to eat and then you end up vomiting all of it up, as well as things that you are sure you didn't eat for the past 2 days, and you're looking at it like, when did I eat corn? And then it keeps coming, and you keep puking even though you have nothing left to puke. And there's that thing inside you that's like booting. And then, of course, that doesn't even get into postpartum depression, which most people suffer through in silence, I might add. It just ravages your body's hormones. It ravages your body. It can be beautiful. It can be wonderful. There is a wonderful thing about, thinking about you're fostering this life, and it's wonderful. But don't delude yourself.
It's going to be a pain in the ass, but at the same time, just be realistic about it is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, that's what really bothers me the most about this story. It's not. It has a pregnancy fetish and a kid fetish, some sort of breeding fetish, basically. It's like breed mare fetish, and it doesn't seem to know what it's supposed to be fetishizing.
It knows nothing about its subject material as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the pee through the nipples thing, that. That's why it irks me so much, because I know more about being pregnant, and I can't get pregnant.
Right.
like seriously. So I don't know. It just really bothers me. This whole aspect of it really bugs me. Anyway, back to this donkey show.
Wait. One question. Would you rather suffer reading this for 9 whole months repeatedly, no matter if you finish it or not, or just be pregnant, and regardless of being male? That is the question I must ask.
That is a good question.
I think...
This story, no question.
Yeah. I'd rather read the story.
I'd rather read it too, because I wouldn't want to actually bring a life into the world at the end of this story.
Good point.
Yeah, that's an interesting point you bring up there.
I really would not want to do that.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Either way, I wouldn't want to be pregnant. And I wouldn't want to inflict it upon anybody else either, unless they were very aware of what they were going
well, and I mean,
into.
It's like, I love you, P-chan, so much, but I would not want to deal with your hormones.
Oh, God.
If you were
I don't
pregnant.
think I would either.
I'm
a good friend of yours, and I would help you if you needed me to, but dear God, that'd be scary. I've seen you angry, and I don't think I want to be around that.
I'm several states away, so I don't have to worry.
You think that's going to keep you safe?
Oh God, it's that bad, isn't it?
Get the fire hydrants. We got. I'm gonna shut up. I don't know what joke I'm making.
I don't generally get angry very easily, but when I do, it is very.
But when you do.
When I do, but it always has a reason. But if my hormones were out of whack and
right.
I would not want that kind of imbalance. And really, speaking on a serious note, I wouldn't want to put my friends through that either, because it would be unfair to them as me. And I would be, it'd be like, one moment I'd be just like deliriously happy, and the next moment I might be crushingly sad. And that's to say nothing of the postpartum depression, which would probably, statistically, it would be very likely to set in. And then they'd have to deal with that as well. So it's just like, I don't think I want to do that. That's not for me.
Yeah, you'd just constantly be pooping tears of blood down your feces.
Yeah. Pooping bloody tears. That's
Yes.
That's sort of it in a nutshell.
Yeah,
Everything would be bloaty at that point, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I bet your viewers never would have imagined they'd hear about
what if we were pregnant? Yeah.
I know it's like part of it's on purpose and part of it's, just kind of subconscious, but I'm pretty sure we've recorded more tangent than we have recorded actual story.
Yes,
pretty much.
Because it's more entertaining than the actual story.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not arguing that at all. I'm just, I'm just like, hey, let's get together to read bad fan fiction. It's like, how much bad fan fiction have we actually read? A few paragraphs.
Hey, we've read a chapter and then some change.
Essentially, like, when are we going to get through this?
We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. And that's all I know that song.
Let's see.
So where even are we right now?
Okay. He gave me this.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gave me this miracle. Blessed us with a baby.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I love him so
that
much.
Makes you so hot.
I know. I'm gonna get like babies.
Rocking that baby bump.
3 months later, you asshole! I hate you for doing this to me.
You think you know pain? I know pain, you turd.
You shiny Star Turd.
Get your heavenly body over here and thank God that I haven't killed you yet. Anyway. Then tears of happiness started to stream down my face.
Oh, God.
Tears of
Here come the poopy tears.
Bloody tears down my feces. I had a miracle growing inside me. Well, no. Link and I made this new life together. Well, arguably. We were truly blessed. Hey, she boned the king, too. This may be his. He's older. That doesn't mean he's not fertile.
Yeah, I'm like, well, here's the interesting thought. You said something about contraception when she was sleeping with Link. Did she say anything about contraception when she was sleeping with the king? Well, there you go.
No, there wasn't any.
Her sleeping with the king. That was a joke.
Yeah.
Damn it! Oh, that would have made the story more interesting, so of course it was just made up.
Yeah, there wasn't even any actual contraception, I don't think, so...
No.
We actually extrapolated it from what she had indicated, which was much more interesting than what it was, but...
Unsurprisingly, I haven't actually gone back to read the part of the story that I haven't seen.
Let's put it this way, Hawk. Anything that sounds interesting or awesome or kind of funny,
it isn't.
Yeah, I'm sort of picking up on that.
Yeah. Anything like that is something that we've made up to sort of deal with how bad the story is and get us through it.
So sort of like 90% of what we've said this evening.
Yes.
Essentially, yes.
Mm-hmm. Then I heard Lily calling to me.
Wait.
Oh.
Did I? Oh, I was going.
Yeah.
It's okay. You do it.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter. Let's just get it over with.
Fair enough.
Stick it in and get it over with.
Then I heard Lily calling to me. Gina, I just heard the news. Congratulations.
Well, technically, shouldn't the fairy be with you at all times?
Yes, the fairy should have been with her at all times, so why didn't she know this before now? In fact, how did she not sense that new life inside her? Shouldn't fairies have that kind of sense? You would think.
We didn't put that much thought into this story.
Like fairy
hey, look! You've got something growing inside you! Hey, listen!
Hey, listen! Oh my God! What have you done? You're not ready for this!
I would really love it.
This was a bad decision. Why didn't you think it through more?
You make terrible life choices, Jenna! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Because I love her.
Because I love him.
Good Lord! Look, bitch, I've been alive for about 500 years, and this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen!
And I've seen some stupid shit, but
good fucking Lord! Oh God, I need a drink!
And I don't even have any hands.
Yeah, I saw some Harry Potter character with it a few minutes ago.
Oh God!
I need a cigarette, my God.
The universe is less pressing there.
I like Lily.
Really were just like a hard drinking, chain smoking fairy that just through with everything, all of this bullshit.
Fair enough, if you say so. Okay, let's see. Congratulations! I'm so happy for you. Link will be so happy when you tell him.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, how are you going to tell him?
Hey, husband, I'm pregnant. Yay.
Bastard, you fucked me a few months ago, and now you're gonna have to deal with the repercussions. Have fun with that. Get a job!
Guess what I'm pooping in 7 months?
Oh, wow!
Bloody tears.
Yes, clearly.
Lily's grin nearly split her face.
How did you
What
know?
face?
She's a glowing blue light with wings. I mean, pink.
It nearly split her face. How delightful. How charming. What
Well,
an adorable image you've painted with your skillful use of words.
I don't know, maybe Lily's more like Sprite from the show.
Maybe she's like Kutsake Onna.
What now?
The slit mouth woman, you know, the one with the smile that like goes all up her face and she has these sharp teeth.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, but it sounds terrifying.
It is terrifying.
Lily's actually Jeff the Killer.
Well, I mean, that's not a surprise at all. I mean, she's got psychopath written all over her.
Actually, in fact, I'm just going to do that. I thought of lighting some candles, cooking a meal to create a romantic setting, and telling him over for dinner.
When did you decide this?
Wait, no, that's whatever. I'm not rereading that. Lily flew in a circle. That is a great idea. I cannot wait Oh wait, I cannot wait to see the look on his face. That wasn't in quotes apparently. Or was it? I don't even know what
It
anymore.
doesn't matter. Story.
Lily said as she chuckles at the thought of Link's expression after he was told. I sat and wondered how Link would take it. Probably the same way you do.
He'd take it like a bitch.
Pretty
Just
much.
like everything else in this relationship.
But I knew
That's
that
okay.
he always.
Poor monster.
But I knew that he always wanted a child, totally, even before he met me, in canon, before I completely fucked over everything. And I hoped the baby would be a boy, so it can look like Link, so I could commit terrible acts and scar my child for life. Since that is what Link always wanted.
Yes.
I might as well read the next one. That one was kind of short.
Yeah.
Even worse. Jenna, my dear daughter, I heard about thy pregnancy. Just then, the king walked into the palace garden with the
When
princess.
did you get there?
Healer lives there.
He was probably having some fun with the healer. Who knows?
Well, I mean,
Wouldn't put it
like,
past him.
she was going home, and then suddenly she's back at the castle, and then she went to see a healer, but now she's in the palace garden? There was the healer in the palace garden? Did they just turn around and go back to the palace? What the hell are they? Ah!
They used Psi Teleport Alpha.
PK teleport.
Yes, exactly. Someone gets it.
Okay, that. Whatever. The princess, who isn't even my daughter, she's just called the princess now, has just told me about thy new miracle.
Oh, no, wait.
I ran.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I
Sorry,
ran
I
over.
was confused.
I ran over and gave the king a hug. The king looked into my eyes. His eyes were as gentle as ever.
Then he slid into me and started to take me right there in the garden. It was a celebration. This
He was even
his
better
way
than
of showing
Link.
his- What?
He was even better than Link.
He was even better than Link.
Way better. In fact,
This was-
screw that guy.
This was
Literally.
called Drop de Seigneur, which I discovered later when I actually read a book.
At some point, I had to do. Couldn't move. So pregnant.
My baby became even stronger.
Oh God.
When you and Link have thy firstborn, I will have everyone in Hyrule attend to celebrate thy new life. And he literally means everyone. A naming ceremony will also be held. It will be a blessed event.
You know, how much do you want to bet that because she got told that more fucking makes a baby stronger, that eventually she's going to force everybody into an orgy and have them fuck her so her kids get stronger?
I'll bet some money. How much do we want to bet? I read ahead.
So.
The king's smile seemed to glow. I'm going to be a grandfather.
No, not.
The king said as he smiled at me. He
No,
smiled.
as smiled.
Oh, as smiled at me. His smile always warmed my soul. In fact, it burnt in the fires of hell.
Oh, like she has a soul.
Oh, good point. I was glad he was like a father to me. Always gentle and caring. Now that I was to have a baby, it brought us even closer somehow.
How?
We chit-chatted a little longer until the dizziness started to take hold. Then the king saw me to the gate, and I headed for home.
While you
Okay,
were
so-
dizzy, he sent you
King
all
has a
to go
vomit fetish.
home?
Yeah, that's exactly it. You're dizzy, and you have to go home.
Hopefully she
you're gonna go
dies.
home. You're gonna walk?
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully she dies on the way there. The baby is a meeting. Her unborn child is a necessary sacrifice for all of Hyrule.
Also, I'd like to note that even when Ganon hadn't taken over Hyrule, there were still monsters all around.
Yep.
I mean, so
They're
you're
just
sending... Yes?
I was just going to say they're just part of the local ecology.
Yeah, I mean, they're part of the environment. So you're sending a dizzy pregnant woman to apparently walk home.
Well, she fended off thieves before, supposedly, but that hasn't really been used since.
Yeah, well, she fended off... No, never mind. I'm not going to go there. I'll just get more bitter.
Okay. When I reached home, I went straight to bathe. Wow. I think she probably went straight to the toilet, but I guess she skipped over that.
She can do both.
It's like, oh god. No, I puked up everything that was coming up before I got home.
She's bathing.
Oh god. And by the way, if she's hang on, let me just if she's dizzy and nauseous, if her equilibrium is off, going straight to bathe is a bad idea.
Yes, it is.
After I undressed, I looked down at my bare stomach. I put my hand gently on my belly and rubbed up and down. It turned me on so much.
Good. And I wanted to make my baby stronger.
Oh god.
I got it up to the wrist, but then I couldn't bend any further.
It really is. Yeah, have as much sex as you can. That'll make your baby stronger. What?
I think we need another healer.
Sort of a delayed reaction to that. It's like just now I'm kind of having the same reaction I did. It's had its opportunity to sink in.
Anything, wouldn't it be harmful to the child? Well,
yes.
Typically it isn't, but...
I mean, yeah, well, it's not going to have any kind of, beneficial effect.
Yeah, it's not beneficial.
Yeah, at best it will be no effect whatsoever. But
it'll...
there are actually, cases depending on like size, how intense it is, and whatnot. I mean, it can actually endanger a child depending on a lot of factors. So if you're going to have sex, you should be pretty careful.
Right.
But I don't know why you would want to have sex, because all of the things that are happening at that time are not exactly welcoming to fucking.
Right.
Well, for her, it's kind of a fetish. So
yeah, there is that.
I mean, that's true. I mean, in the 20s, I mean, you would have in Berlin in the 20s, you actually would have they were very limited, but you would have they had all kinds of prostitutes in Berlin, and one of the rarest kind were pregnant ones. Very expensive, very limited, obviously, but I guess people do have that kind of, interest.
I'm trying to remember, because it's sort of making me remember one of your stories. What is that term you used for a prostitute that has some sort of defect?
Oh, it's a gravelstone.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I forget the term exactly for the pregnant ones, but I'll look it up later. But anyway, yeah, it was they all had a specific name. So it was actually very interesting to read through and find that out.
Yeah. A better story than this, for sure.
Oh, Munzis. I believe it was Munzis, because they waited under the lamppost on Münzstrasse.
Oh, well, that's...
Münzstrasse.
It does sort of make sense that, yeah. I mean, I'm not exactly the guy you first think of as like, dude, I can't think of what to name this specific kind of prostitute. I know, let's ask Hawkeye. This is totally his area of expertise. Dude.
Yeah, they were very rare. It says that they were under 24, I believe, something like that at any given time, but they were on Münzstrasse. And they were typically only for like very wealthy, because well, obviously they could afford to be choosy because they were very rare. There weren't a lot of them, but they had pretty much every kind of prostitute that you could want in the 20s in Berlin.
Yeah. There was a life growing inside of me. No kidding. You just, wow, you pick up on stuff quick. A miracle that Link gave me. The baby was going to be beautiful. How do you know?
And why do you keep using the fucking word miracle? Do you not know any other word to describe something that you think is magical and delightful?
Yeah, because I mean, miracles, when you think of miracles, you think of something that's like, wow, that shouldn't have been able to happen, but it did anyway. This is just biology.
Well, actually, it is a bit of a miracle that it took her 2 months into pregnancy before she even realized.
Well, that is a thing. Then I got into the tub and slid down into the water. I promptly drowned. Please. I soaked my sore ankles and legs a while, then took the wash rag and cleaned up. After I washed up, I got out and dried off. I went to the wardrobe closet. So it's okay. So this is different from the wardrobe closet.
Yes.
and selected a low-cut pink dress with long sleeves. Yeah, because that's totally what you want to wear when you're pregnant.
So,
and the
symbol. Wardrobe closet. Was this a closet filled with wardrobes, or?
No, it was a closet filled with awards. It was award closet. It was robes you get for winning shit.
Sue levels are dangerously approaching over 9,000.
See, selected a low-cut pink dress with long sleeves and the Triforce symbol over my right breast. Okay.
Yeah, that's just respectful.
Let me just say this real quick. You're pregnant. You're starting to bulge a little bit. Certain areas are becoming very sensitive, and you're putting embroidery right over your nipple. Good job. I'm sure that's like really comfortable.
Yeah. And speaking as someone with very sensitive nipples, I know we've gone here before, so it's not really TMI. I have very sensitive nipples.
Aloe gel right now.
I haven't been here before, but okay then.
Well, see, they've always been really sensitive. But speaking as someone who has sensitive nipples, I can say that I really don't like having embroidery on them, or having like a wet t-shirt because it will shift along them.
Totally agree.
It is not pleasant, and if you were pregnant and they were even more sensitive than usual,
exactly,
it would be like somebody beating you.
Sandpaper. That's the image that comes to mind, is sandpaper on my nipples.
Yeah, because they would be so raw eventually. Even if you didn't really even if you were okay with it and didn't really think about it for a while, it would rub them raw. Because
yeah, exactly. I mean, we're guys, and this is something that is so brings up such unpleasant imagery that it's making the two of us go like, oh god, it's like I can remember the last time my nipples were really uncomfortable, and it's like we've never been pregnant, obviously.
Yeah. But so I mean, still,
it's like it's that sensation that I can remember to a whole new level.
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody has nipples, so everybody can recognize that they are kind of vulnerable, and of course, men's don't get talked about a lot, but especially right now in the winter, I have to have a humidifier because otherwise my skin dries out, and the parts that dry out the most are my knuckles and my nipples, and it's just like. I don't like that. That's why I have to have a humidifier, because otherwise I get raw nipples all the time. So I mean, it's like, this is horrifying to read this. Like, it's neat that she found some aspects like the swelled ankles and feet, because that does tend to happen in pregnancy, but she's also kind of neglected the fact that her nipples would be really, really sensitive.
Yeah, and I can't help but think, the new hit single by Hushicho, My Knuckles and My Nipples,
are really sensitive. The album.
Climbing right to the top of the charts.
With his greatest hit, This Story Sucks and I Hate Jenna.
Just the entire song just has like chainsaw noises in it.
And trees falling in the background.
You need to have like a
hissing
nipple orchestra going on.
Featuring the urinating nipple orchestra.
Chainsaw noises and like occasional little sound bites.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to make this now.
As it reaches a crescendo, just me screaming, "Fuck you! Fuck you, Jenna! Fuck you! 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 Fuck you!"
And I just provide the maniacal laughter track for that song.
I am more than willing to do that project.
And Blue just like, awesome. You know what? I got things to do. I gotta wash my friend's hair.
And I swear, that lingerie video is one of the funniest damn things I've ever seen in my life. I've watched that like 10 times so far. It never gets any less funny.
Oh dear. So
it's lingerie.
For that special moment in time. Put it on! It called me!
Wow. Oh god. So, a Triforce symbol over my right breast. A pink feathery lace ran underneath my breast. So, okay, never mind. I'm not going to do another tangent.
Yeah.
And a crisscross pattern held the back together. Okay. I pulled my hair into a bun and went downstairs.
How does it have a crisscross pattern if the lace is just under her breasts? Wouldn't it have to go also over her shoulders to have a crisscross?
She's clearly not thinking about the logistics of this whole thing, which is why I made the conscious choice not to go on another tirade so I could actually get through the paragraph. So she pulled her hair into a Captain Janeway and went downstairs.
I lit the candles around the room and the two on the table. Then I went to prepare dinner. I made cooked pork. You made a cooked pork. I figured that would be implied if you made dinner, but okay. I made cooked pork in a cream sauce with potatoes and cabbage.
Yeah, this is what I meant when I said there was a cream sauce earlier.
Well, at least.
Okay. So that was sort of a red herring.
Pretty much.
Thank God.
Thank God. Well, it's not going to stay this good for long. So let's share.
The fact that it's apparently night and they're in their house, and she just got a recommendation to have sex, that should be enough for you.
Mm.
You know though. I mean, also at night, Hyrule becomes even more dangerous to travel in.
Oh yeah, it really does. It not only do certain more dangerous monsters only come out during the night, if I remember correctly, they also become more aggressive and are out in greater number.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happens.
Yep, typically.
I will say that depending on what this pork object is in a cream sauce with potatoes and cabbage, actually sounds kind of good.
And
one of the things I was thinking though is, and maybe one of you has an answer for me, is what animal is there in Hyrule, or let alone Kokiri Forest, that makes pork?
Ganon.
Well, I mean, yeah, but there's really only so much of Ganon to go around.
But didn't they say they had pigs on the ranch? That they're
they said they had a pen for a pig.
Oh.
But I don't think I've ever seen any kind of pig in.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is like, is there a porcine animal in Hyrule?
Well, I think there are some in the Lost Woods, honestly, like some moblin-like animals.
Well, moblins.
Oh, they could cook moblins. That's wow.
That
sounds like it would taste terrible, but I mean, hey,
that's horrifying.
It really is.
Oh my god.
Like, Link, go cook me some moblin.
It's a secret
Oh
to
my
everyone.
You know, I can't wait until Jenna starts getting her weird pregnancy cravings. I would like moblin in a Stalfos cream sauce, please.
Oh my.
Oh god.
No, this wouldn't be the first time she'd gotten cream from a bone.
Yeah, that's not as much of a stretch as I thought it was going to be.
Well, I mean, you could also have Octorok dumplings like takoyaki.
I'm so hungry, I could eat an Octorok. Me too, Link.
As I made Sorry,
What
what?
about those? What about those little jumping spider things? Those would be really disgusting.
Oh, the Tektites?
Yes, the Tektites. They would probably have like a shell, and they would have those spindly legs.
Spider at that point, but I wouldn't put it past her.
Yeah,
you mean the Skulltulas?
Really...
Those are the ones with the shells.
No, not the Skulltulas. The Tektites.
Yeah, but he said shell, so.
Yeah, but the Tektites always looked like they had a shell. I mean, they're insectoids, so they probably have some sort of carapace.
Well, true.
Yeah.
Sort of like shrimp or something like that. But much more disgusting to eat.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah. Till Eve.
But they would be. I mean, I guess they would be okay for.
I think they will eat Skulltulas at one point, but they're not going to be just any Skulltulas. They're going to be the Skulltulas from that quest that nobody ended up completing.
Yeah, they're gonna eat the only ones that are actually sentient. They're not actually spiders. They're people.
That sounds right about par for the course for Jenna.
Yeah, doesn't it though? And I love how Peachan, who's usually pretty sensitive about this sort of thing, is just like, yup, sounds about right.
It's gonna happen.
Cannibalism. Oh.
Don't even care anymore.
This is the field in which I grow my fucks. You will note it is barren.
That was beautiful. I'm stealing that.
That was some poetic little shit right there, man.
As I made the final preparations, I heard a horse come plodding up to the stable. How? You're in the house making food.
You broke that up way too awkwardly.
I did? I finished setting the table, put the food out on the table, took my apron off, and hurried to the door to greet Link. As he stepped...
How do you know it's Link?
Magic.
There we go.
As he stepped in the door, his eyes looked me up and down. You look ravishing, my love. I thought about you all day long while I taught the people in my troop how to polish their swords.
You know what I mean.
Then he reached over, kissed me on the lips, took my hand, and led me into the house. You were already in the house!
Yeah, when did you leave the house?
Should I just keep going?
Yeah, just keep going.
Okay.
Get through this as much as you can, as fast as you can.
All right.
Like a Band-Aid, right off.
Once inside, he noticed the candles and the food on the table. Honey, what is with the candles and the food set? What do you mean, what's with the candles? You ain't got electricity. And what do you mean the food setting? You have to eat
it's
eventually.
Cold. You need to see to eat.
Wow, Link, you're fucking dumb.
Sometimes we just cook some stuff and put it in random places and then turn out all the lights and it makes it more exciting. You never know what you're going to get next.
I looked into his dark blue eyes and smiled.
Pretty light blue.
Yeah, they are.
I just wanted to surprise you with a romantic dinner after you worked hard all day polishing your sword.
He did work hard all day.
Oh, God.
I said sweetly, his smile widened as he took me in his arms. It's just lovely, my sweet. Thank you, my love. This sounds very body. And, like, you don't actually know what married couples, people in love, how they sound when they talk to each other.
Seriously, you're pregnant. You found out you're pregnant today. You've been dizzy. You felt sick. And yet, you walked all the way home from Hyrule Castle to the Lost Woods. Somehow managed not to get killed. Ate dinner. Washed yourself off.
Yeah.
Had a bath, made dinner,
changed
lit all
clothes.
these fucking candles, changed clothes.
He kissed me again, then gestured me for me to sit at the table. He pushed in my
chair. Sit the fuck down, wench!
Can you not sit in the chair yourself and scoot in? Why does Link always have to do it?
I mean, it's nice every now and then to be a gentlemanly, but, like, seriously.
He pushed in my chair before seating himself. After we served ourselves, I looked up from my food and at him.
Vomited profusely.
I really wish that they put an E after the word at. Like, just so it would be, I looked up from my food and ate him. Because I kind of feel like that's what they want to say.
She really does seem like, like the female praying mantis.
Exactly.
This Jenna reminds me of a female praying mantis. And to all those listeners who don't know how that works.
It's time to eat your head, Link, for the babies that are inside me.
Yeah, see, the praying mantis cannot initiate sexual intercourse while the male still has his head. So the first act of sexual intercourse between praying mantis is beheaded. So just think about that. Still seems more romantic than this story. So, honey, how was your day?
Are we like from the 1950s? Are we a 1950s show?
Yes, we now are. That is now canon.
Jenna knows best.
Oh, God!
I dream of Jenna to die.
I dream of Jenna with a light brown hair.
Actually, we should probably call it She Dreams of Jenna.
Yeah, no shit, right? That took me a minute. I was like, oh, right.
After he swallowed a bite of food, he answered. The king and I had a discussion about updating defensive moves along the army. So I spent the entire days teaching new sword techniques and defense strategies among the men, which she should have known because she was there for pretty much the whole day. I cocked my head at Link. Does the king think that a war is brewing? I asked.
Why would you think that?
I don't even know why he has a legion. We never really see them.
Yeah, the most we've seen is the castle guards that toss you out on your ass during that really annoying part in Ocarina of Time where you're trying to sneak through the castle to see Zelda.
I always found that one really easy.
I'm not talking about its difficulty. I just always found it a pain in the ass. I'm not a huge fan of inserting stealth missions into action games.
I didn't find it. I didn't find, but I think it because I don't like. It seemed kind of shoehorned in it.
Yeah, it's exactly. It seemed really out of place.
They always make me tense when I'm sneaking around.
Yeah.
It always makes me tense, and it never really feels like it's done well enough that I can really allow myself to get into it, because there's always some cheap thing that someone does, or something that you didn't think of. Someone happens to be looking your way or something like that. It's just like, why do I have to go through all this trouble? I don't know.
I would have just been able to, that would have been a lot more fun, but...
Well, or at least you could have had something to put at least some of them to sleep so that you could have some advantage, because you were going to have to get out pretty quickly anyway. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, why not just have something that Link, throws to make like a sleeping gas bomb or something like that, and so you could sneak in and, so it wouldn't have to be, oh, well, you can't do anything but sneak around. And if anybody, gets you, they're going to throw you out.
Link deploys his natural gas bomb.
Anyway. No, but he wants to be prepared in the even that one does, and men have to be sent in. Men have to be sent into what? What is that? What sense does that even make? What other nations are there? There's Hyrule. That's it.
That's sort of what I was wondering. It's like there never really seemed to be any other nations in that game. It was like it was Hyrule, and that's all it was.
Like if someone attacks them.
Well, wait, wouldn't the well, granted they're another race, but wouldn't Ruto and her people be considered their own kingdom?
No, they're all kind of just underneath the main hierarchy there.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any sort of. If they are, then they're their own distinct sovereign area or whatever, and so it wouldn't matter anyway. But like, it just doesn't seem. It seems like they're trying. It seems like Jen is trying to impress some sort of idea from this world onto Hyrule, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, even if you were to take the Zora's Kingdom as like a specific other nation or whatever, then.
Well, what about the Gerudos? Because didn't they make Ganondorf their king or something like that?
Yeah, the Gerudos aren't probably not part of Hyrule.
Probably not part of Hyrule, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to have a multinational war where they actually need to send legions of troops in.
True.
I mean, and it's like since
there's also Termina.
Since when is Link a tactical expert? I mean, just because he's a proficient swordsman doesn't mean strategy and tactics are his forte. There's a big difference between like a one-on-one fight and directing an army.
Well, it depends on who's playing, really.
Well, it depends on who's playing him, but even if you look at just the plain story of, say, Ocarina of Time, since we're dealing with that particular game, kind of, sort of.
That's the universe we're in, is the Hero of Time universe.
He didn't really take it upon himself to do hardly anything. He was pretty much directed on his way by other people.
Yeah, he was kind of handheld the whole way through, in a sense.
I mean,
he was hardly a strategic genius.
Right. He could figure out, I mean, you as the player through Link could figure out the strategies to beat the bosses because it did require some strategy, but he wasn't he wasn't leading forces against huge forces of foes. He was just doing basically what people said, yeah, you need to do this because nobody else is going to do it.
Yeah, just because he's a decent... a decent tactician in combat when he's the one holding the sword does not make him qualified to be a strategist, a military strategist. It's a big fucking difference.
Yeah.
I'm not reading too much into this, but that's one of, my things where it's like, wait a minute, because, there's a big difference between, for example, playing Legend of Zelda and playing Command, very different things.
Yeah.
And that's the difference we're talking about here.
The only thing I can think of in terms of Link being really a military strategist is like in Twilight Princess, because there was the whole militia going on in that game.
I didn't get through that game, so I don't have any comment.
I've never played it, so I can't really say. But of course, again, this is just kind of set in the Ocarina of Time world, so...
Well, and of course, Jenna's just basically doing whatever the fuck she wants in the end.
Exactly.
So...
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Everything folds for Jenna.
Yes.
Grab your ankles.
Especially Link.
Yeah. Grab your ankles and get ready. Hyrule. Jenna's coming. Literally.
Ah! Jenna's coming!
For the masses! We must flee! Evacuate Hyrule!
It would really be just the best plot twist. It would almost be the story worth reading if it turned out that she was actually the villain in the end.
See, we could always write more and have that happen.
Where are we in the story? I've lost my place.
Are you
Link
okay,
coming.
my love?
Link, honey, I did watch you today until I started to not feel well. Oh, wait, no.
Wait, where?
Link, honey.
What? I'm confused.
Yeah, I just... No, because he wants to be prepared in the even. Remember? And then I started talking about men having to be sent into what? Because there aren't any other nations, etc. Right. Okay, so...
Oh, cocked my head. Okay, I think I know where I am.
Yeah. Link, honey, I did watch you today until I started not to feel well, I said as I put my fork down. Link's eyes grew a worried look in them. How do you feel now, sweetheart? He asked concerned.
Obviously better.
Yeah, I mean, obviously because she's, eating. I feel much better now. I went to see the castle healer. Then there was a long pause before Link broke the silence. Are you okay, my love? Oh, sorry. Are you okay, my love? Link questioned.
Didn't you just ask that?
Pretty much, yeah. Link, my love, I have something to tell you, I said, looking into his eyes.
And Link was like, oh, shit!
But I knew that he would ask.
Oh, God. No.
Why didn't they understand me? Slice wrist.
Just then, Link took out the Ocarina of Time and played the Serenade of Water to get the hell away from this situation and live with Naruto forever at the end.
Flee this seething cauldron of angst.
Okay, but just then, Lily and Navi flew into the room.
Where the hell were they? Were they diddling each other? What were they doing?
Yes.
Exactly.
That would have been interesting, so no.
Oh, good point.
We'll file this under yet another instance of stories that would be more interesting to read than this one.
That's going to be a pretty long list.
Yeah.
Lily flew up to my ear. Jin, did you tell him yet? Hey! Listen! Tell him what? Link, my love, we're going to have a baby. I finally said.
Oh, shit! That was awesome!
The next thing I heard was a clank of silverware hitting his plate.
And then the door shutting. Footsteps nearing the stable and a horse starting to gallop off.
And I never saw him again.
His eyes grew big as saucers as he looked at me.
Oh, fuck me, he said.
I knew that one time. It was just that one time. I swear to God, I knew it. It was fucking like they look like lasagna on wheels.
You mean? Oh, crap, I'm gonna kill the king.
Oh, shit, son.
That would have been way more interesting.
We need a coop up in these hills.
He said as a look of pure shock came across his face. I nodded yes. Oh, Jin, congratulations! I had no idea you were pregnant.
Despite us being fairies, and we should be prone to this.
Navi added. He left out of his chair, ran over to me, lifted me up, and threw me out of the house.
Yay!
Good job, Link. That's the best thing you've done since.
That took me into his arms.
And he kept slamming me against the wall. No.
Wait.
No.
He stared deeply into my eyes and kissed me passionately. I love you, Jen. Wait, I cannot believe that I'm going to be a father. Excitement filled Link's eyes. Then he placed a hand on my belly. How far along are you?
Well, let's do some math, buddy. When was the last time you fucked her?
The healer said I was 2 months along, I replied. I still can't believe it. I'm going to be a daddy. I didn't know that happens when I put my penis inside you.
I guess there's going to be a lot of pregnant animals across. You can sort of imagine that in a scene, if Link really is that naive, he'd just be like, "Oh my God, there's going to be all kinds of animals having babies. I'm a father so many times over, and I didn't even know." And Jenna's like,
I don't believe he's that naive. Okay.
And then there was that tree. Oh my God, the Deku tree is going to have my children.
That tree was dripping with sap, you know. Oh God, my cheeks.
Which ones?
Yes.
Would be good.
Link and I held each other for a long time. Then we realized we had bonded to each other molecularly.
Oh, speaking of bonding, next.
Anyway.
We were happy we were going to have a baby, and we were the only two.
Yeah.
Excitement filled us both.
I totally read that as excrement filled us both.
God, I can't really blame you.
Once again, next chapter.
We ran to the toilet and we realized there was only one. Shit!
Somebody's pooping outside.
Because we have
shits together, stays together
in the universe, but only one shitter.
I find it odd how we're violating the will not do's more than anyone else.
It's just I don't care. I don't. With this story, once you flip the switch to my not taking it at all seriously, these are characters I just don't give a shit about. That kind of goes out the window. So excrement filled us both. I laid my head against Link's chest, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw Lily and Navi screwing each other 6 Sunday.
Wow, I didn't know fairies knew that position. And they were both girls, so that was interesting.
So, Lily and Navi smiling in a way of saying, "Oh yeah." Oh, isn't that beautiful?
Oh, it's not.
Look.
Hey. I felt a rush of happiness run through me. Nope.
Like
diarrhea. It was diarrhea.
Move over, Link. I gotta use the toilet.
I knew now that I was going to be complete.
God, I
Complete. Link, you'll be with me forever. At least until I find better breeding stock, and then I'm going to lose interest.
Yeah.
I had Link.
At least you'll get the child support.
Mm-hmm.
And now I was going to have his baby for dinner. No. Link.
Not the baby. I thought it was a turkey. That was an actual joke somewhere. I don't remember where that was from.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. That was really morbid. I shouldn't have said that.
Hey, I'm the one who just made the coat hanger joke.
Yeah.
No, really.
Some stuff
to be quite honest, I was thinking it. So
Well,
so I'm not going to take the moral high road in any case. I will be quite honest.
Be found. I think it's just a fork in the road in this deep forest, subterranean forest for that matter.
I just realized something. Something that just dawned on me. Blue was saying earlier how we were the ones doing more of the do nots than the story is, but I just suddenly occurred to me that this story has made us very hateful and bitter.
Yes, it has.
Well, it's just it's very cathartic in a sense to kind of vent at this story. At least it is for me, because I don't really let myself rage very often. I usually am just, as a matter of course, kind of very, I try to be very level-headed, calm and calm. In fact, I'm apparently so level-headed that is the entirety of my biography on the website right now.
Well, until I see you actually flip your shit, that is what's going to be your.
Well, it's like I'm sort of letting my hair down, so to speak. So you're seeing a little bit more of my. I'm not raging yet, but I'm being more emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck am I, anyways?
Also, you're
Link.
welcome to add to your bio at any time. Just let me know.
Yes, I'm going to add that I
is...
won the Nobel Peace Prize for cookies.
This last couple of sentences, this is just it encapsulates and encapsulates and epitomizes my huge amount of contempt for Jenna as a character, because she's like, oh, I'm complete now. Like, so, you can't be complete without apparently owning someone as a possession, and then having, thinking that you're going to have their child, which is a really sad reflection of how this person has been, raised to believe, really, because it's kind of sad in a way, because she obviously doesn't have much of a relationship or any sort of dialogue with her as herself. She doesn't really know who she is. She defines herself as an extension of someone else. She's not. It's like she doesn't exist unless.
She's sort of like she's making herself into like a baby making factory, basically.
Yeah, it basically is like that, and it's really distressing. I mean,
well,
this
that
is
goes back to like not to get off onto the whole transgender and things like that topic, but similar to what I said in that is society, whether it does it intentionally or not, kind of programs you to, girls are supposed to think one way and boys are supposed to think the other. And, still, they unintentionally teach little girls that that's what they have to look forward to growing up, and that's, supposed to be so great. You get married and you have kids, and you're supposed to be happy with that. Even still today,
you're
they teach you that.
Yeah, and it's something that people have started recognizing, and thankfully, I mean, not every case of recognizing it is something that I salute, but I mean, it's not in that, I mean, it's not always something that is intentionally put in something or something that is that way, but there are a lot of female characters especially that are only defined as who they are related to someone they're in a relationship with, especially a male character. And typically their only amount of character development is them talking about their relationship with this person, or how they are defined by their relationship with this person. They don't really have any lives of their own. There are so many characters like this. Like, there's a tremendous amount of characters that you can look at and say, okay, does this character ever do anything on their own that doesn't relate to the main character?
Oh, if that's your concern, the next chapter is going to piss you off.
You mean it hasn't already?
More than it even has already.
I'm already skimming ahead, and I'm like, I think I'm going to get very angry.
Prepare the rage faces.
Anger pals.
I'm kind of happy because, like, I'm able to kind of scream a little bit, which is not something I often have the opportunity to do.
I think we could use like that image from Evangelion with the thing going berserk and just screaming under the moon, like blood covering it.
I know literally nothing about Evangelion.
Oh,
it's not very good.
I have been specifically told by like all the people who know me really well. They've told me, don't watch Eva. There's nothing in there for you.
The only thing I can say about Evangelion is I heard it was really good, so I borrowed it from a friend. I watched until episode 8, and by episode 8, during episode 7, I looked around my room and thought, I should clean my room. I've been meaning to clean my room. I should clean my room. And then episode 8 comes on, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to clean my room. That's much more interesting than this anime. I wonder if I should. Nah, I'll just have it on as background noise in case something interesting happens, and I'll stop and look and then go back to cleaning my room. And that's what I did. I left it playing when I cleaned my room, and that was much more entertaining than watching that show.
Isn't Evangelion by the same people who made Gurren Lagann?
I don't know.
Yeah, but the foggiest.
It's by the same people. I can't stand Gainax. They always fuck it up. Like, they sometimes have really good ideas, but I think they were doing the Pantheon Stocking too recently. And,
that one I did not like. Like, Gurren Lagann's the only one I really did like.
Ugh, I hate Gurren Lagann. But they just always find some way to fuck it up. Whether it's at the beginning or at the end, they will fuck it up. I just stopped watching all this stuff because they always fuck it up at some point. At least to me, they make it so I can't enjoy it. So I never try. I was telling one of my friends, don't watch this thinking that they're it, because unless it's pissing you off, and sure enough, it pissed him off. But anyway, I just thought that one scene would be funny with the thing screaming covered in blood, and I don't know. We got off on a tangent again, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah. So
pretty much.
By the way, so like if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and take the next few paragraphs as well, since these are so freaking short.
Okay.
I feel pain deprived.
Go for it.
Sure.
You masochist, you.
Yes.
Well, I am technically a sadist because I'm Scorpio, so.
Well, think about it. In the whole long run of things, I've actually done a lot less reading because I haven't done this as long, so I'm not as beaten down. I've still got a sliver of cheerful optimism. It's like
that will die very quickly.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I wonder if I'll be able to keep it the whole time.
I doubt it.
Let's see.
I mean, I'm not trying to be insulting, but I doubt it.
You doubt what?
I doubt that.
I'll take you up on your bet and probably lose all my money.
What is the bet? I missed that.
Oh yeah, I guess there wasn't one. How much do you want to bet? Wait, is this a horrible idea on my part?
Hobbits.
It's difficult. I think it's almost impossible to keep up a sense of cheer throughout a story this long and this bad.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, we're breaking it up so much that it's not that difficult.
We have to.
If we actually tried to drill through the story, maybe I would start to get a little bit.
No, seriously, when it was just me and Kassie doing it, this is why we have to have other people doing it. We couldn't do it on our own.
We weren't
was
making
so
any
depressing.
headway either. I mean, look at how we've even goofed off, and look how much more we've done with 4 people.
This is more? God.
This doesn't. I don't know.
No, we have done a lot more. When we were doing it, when we put the episodes up, you'll be able to see. But when it was just the two of us, we were constantly getting off topic because it was so unpleasant to concentrate on this story. It was literally that unpleasant and uncomfortable. We did a 15-minute lecture on socio-cultural sexual identity and gender expression, for God's sake.
And I'm just,
we talked about Labyrinth for 20 minutes.
It's just and I'm playing, I'm playing a game in the background, when I'm waiting for my turn to read to roll around, because I know it's going to take that long. It's
So we're talking about your nipples for 10 whole minutes.
Hey, my nipples are an important topic, damn it. That was a public service announcement.
It's only important if you can pee from your nipples. If not, tough luck.
We haven't got into whether I can or can't yet. I'm reserving that for another emergency.
Welcome to Bad Fanfiction Theater, where we talk about Hoochicho and Hawkeye's nipples.
And also
nipples of justice.
Caleb Cat proclaims that it's only important if you can pee from your nipples. Otherwise, it's irrelevant.
So.
The Caleb Cat Show, where we talk about dumb shit constantly because the story sucks.
Well, but it's still more edifying than the story itself.
At least our conversations are interesting despite being weird.
Yeah.
This is just boring and
Well,
dumb, and it keeps
our conversations
going.
also develop us as people. You know, unlike any of the characters in this who are completely shallow.
Completely shallow.
Pretty much. Like, I actually read
depths from the local kiddie pool.
Actually, fun fact. When I read this a long time ago, I read it with a riff on it. I believe it was by someone who was calling themselves Zelda Queen. Basically, I found myself reading the entire thing, but by the end of it, I was like, I really wouldn't have read this if it wasn't for that commentary.
Yes.
So
that's how I felt about My Immortal. I mean, in the end, because of that commentary, I loved My Immortal. But it's really that nostalgia, and I like listening to that and following the story was much different than when we read the story. And I'm like, I really should have thought about that more. But I just, for some reason, thought we'd have that same magical experience.
I mean, it was fun to listen to it, what we had done. But as for doing it, it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Once again, we should just drill through this. Our drill is the drill that will pierce the heavens.
My drill is the drill that will pierce the fanfic.
Yeah. Well, and
never mind.
The drill is the drill that will pierce Hoochie-Show's sanity.
Hey, what sanity?
Fortunately, none of you will get killed off just for no reason whatsoever in episode 5, so we can just keep going and all make it to the end together.
Yes. So, see, I had Link and I was going to have his baby. Link was now going to have the child he always wanted. How do you know? We were truly blessed. Okay, anyway. The next few days were not easy. we got to have something to show that my life is so hard. The morning sickness hit when I got up in the morning, and the dizziness would hit by mid-afternoon.
You're the one that opened your legs, honey.
With Link's duties at the castle, he was not able to remain at home with me like he wanted to, even though we don't really have a need for a standing army. And
or living so far away from Hyrule in the Lost Forest.
Fatherly duties are really kind of more important right now, seeing as we're not even close to being in a state of war.
Yeah, and also, I mean, that whole thing about, they should be living in the castle or in the city around the castle, that should be, I mean, like, if they are really that important to the royal family, you would think that Zelda would be like, you don't need to be constantly traveling between here and the Lost Woods. Why don't you just temporarily move into, this guest cottage or this room here, or we can get you someplace.
Or send a servant for a while.
She's vulnerable like she is now, and there are still ostensibly forces of darkness at work in the background. She should be somewhere that's defensible. And the castle is really the best place for that.
Yeah, not in the middle of the Lost Forest, which still has a lot of threat in it and could potentially be a place where she could just... I mean, if she died, or even if she just, injured herself, she would probably die because it's not like Navi and Lily are actually going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, because, if a pregnant woman, falls, odds are good she's not getting back to her feet by herself, especially if she injures herself.
Yeah, I mean, this is really dangerous. You can't just leave someone like that. It's really ridiculous. I just...
But yeah. The morning sickness hit when I got up in the morning, because otherwise it would be called, I don't know, mid-afternoon sickness. And the dizziness would hit by mid-afternoon. And that was my mid-afternoon... Okay. There's your mid-afternoon sickness. With Link's duties at the castle, he was not able to remain at home with me, so he was sort of a deadbeat dad. But he left Navi and Lily to watch over me, even though
because they're so
they had
helpful being fucking fairies.
no
No offense,
they
but they're fucking fairies.
They together have.
They'll tell her how to open a door. That's some very useful info for someone like Jenna.
Yeah, I can just see like Jenna slips and falls down on her back, unable to get up. Like a turtle on his back. And
wiggle the control stick, Jenna.
I was like, hey, and just like repeatedly, hey, listen, hey.
What control stick? You mean links? That's all I can think about.
Do a barrel roll.
You did a good docking there, Fox.
Hey, Fox! Hey, help, Fox! Help! Ah!
Link did worry about me while he was away, but not enough to actually come home.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, how do you know he worried about you?
Well, no.
He knew that Lily and Navi would take care of me somehow. Again, collective strength of a fly. It was the hottest part of summer. About midday, some of the villagers from Kakarayo village, I assume that's like a neighboring village to Kakariko, would gather to Lake Hylia. Inside the Lost Woods, it was a little cooler.
Wait, they would gather into... Well, yeah, I get... Still, it should be like they'd gather at, and then they take a dip in. But whatever.
Like, that's pretty far away, isn't it?
The Lost Woods once, if you know what I mean. I don't even know what I mean.
Wouldn't it make more sense to go near Zora's domain? I mean, that's a little closer.
Yeah, and there's definitely... inside the Lost Woods, it was a little cooler. However, sometimes the humidity would make going outside unbearable.
Going inside would be unbearable. You don't live in a time with air conditioning.
Yeah, really. It's going to be sweltering in there, especially since your only source of light is candles. From time to time, I would got to the castle and visit with Princess Zelda, or to watch Link in the practice yards, but during the days it was too hot, I would remain home. And on the days Link stayed home ourselves, we made we would go to Lake Hylia to cool off. After the hot months in early fall, Link and I talked about taking our relationship beyond our vows. Okay, I'm just going to stop right here and say,
God, here we go.
If you have marriage vows, your marriage vow ostensibly is till death do us part, forsaking all others. That's what traditional marriage vows boil down to.
Oh, she finds ways. She finds ways to make it go beyond that.
It's like she's like, it's till death do us part with only one another. If you even think you need to go beyond your vows, that shows me you're not taking your vows very seriously.
It shows me you're fucking creepy. Like, what's next? A suicide pact?
Yeah.
Well, okay, no.
Oh my god.
Well, let's. Bear Grylls comes to mind somehow.
Oh my god! Once again, more relevant than you even realized.
Actually, the thing is, I'm thinking about it as like, I think I've actually read this snippet of what's coming up. So
yes, we have.
Yeah.
Because that's when we found the Hitler and Equestria story.
Yeah. Yep. So that makes this story old then.
Yeah, so. I think according to the Encyclopedia Dramatica, this was made in 2000.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I remember reading that line before I met almost any of you. So, of course, considering I just really met Blue tonight, and I met Caleb less than a year ago, I'm not sure that says entirely that much.
Well, you know.
But
we've
anyhow,
known each other forever, so
okay. I'm going to get through this paragraph, I swear.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I believe in Rick. Believes in the youth. Believes in the me that believes in card games on motorcycles. Okay, I got that out of my system.
Monokuma is voting for you.
For marriage had, so I got out the thermal bond epoxy. I'm like, Link, show me. We found out that there was a monastery just beyond Gerudo Valley where monks there performed pagan bonding ceremonies. Okay,
Wait,
so
how is that pagan?
are there monasteries?
Define pagan here.
Everyone in Hyrule is technically pagan, aren't they?
Well, the thing is, pagan is technically a Christian term. That's like basically anything that's not,
That's not Christianity, is pagan.
Exactly.
Anything that's not Judeo-Christian is pagan. I'm not really sure that that term applies to this universe, but I'm pretty sure the author didn't really put much thought into that. And just like, well, anything that's in the forest and, blood magics and piss rituals, that's pagan, right? Anyway.
Oh God, Jenna, don't ruin piss rituals for me, please.
Oh, you have no idea.
Leave blood magic and piss rituals to me. It's the only thing keeping me going.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Oh God, okay.
What about piss magic and blood rituals? Is that if I flip them around?
No.
Actually, it becomes a million times more awesome.
We're gonna get out of art. Oh, never mind.
Oh God.
Pagan
Chapter that will make you rage
ceremonies.
Already.
These rituals were to be preformed to bond married couples further after their marriage vows, even though you're not supposed to need further bonding after your marriage vows.
Further than their marriage vows too. Yes.
Link and I decided
using then instead of than is
we wanted to be together because, of course, being married, was not a sign that we wanted to be together.
Here we go. Finally.
Fuck. Okay. Well, that's like this is the part that may get some rage out of me.
Well done. Well done getting through
this part. I have been waiting for this part.
All right, before we actually
smack my chest open with my fingernails and go, why?
Okay. Does anybody need to take a break to pee or anything?
Well, I might want to practice some piss magic.
Not that kind of thing. Peeing, that's not what I'm saying. Does anybody need bathroom soda?
Yeah, I'm going to pee, and I'll leave it to your imagination what I'm peeing out of.